family, welcome back to my channel. So today for you guys I have the Dollar Tree Boho Decor DIY video. One of the items I'm using is actually not from Dollar Tree though. So I get so many requests to do Boho Decor, but I'm not very familiar with this type of decor. I know, like, when I see something I would think like, oh, that looks like Boho stuff, but I don't know enough about it. So I tried my hand at making two things and hope that I would get inspired to make more. If you want to see more Boho Decor, just let me know down in the comments. And let me know exactly what you want to see in terms of like specific items. That would probably be very helpful. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. Let's see if we can get this video to 5,000 thumbs up. And make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not, and click the bell button so you're notified every single time that I upload. With that being said, let's begin the video.
So Dollar Tree right now is carrying these wire hoops. There's usually 3 in a pack, but I had already used the smaller one. I'm going to be using the biggest one for this one. And I'm going to paint it with a copper paint. It's a metallic copper paint, just because the green isn't going to work with what I'm doing. The other thing you're going to need for this is this plant hanger that Dollar Tree carries. This one was spray painted just because I didn't feel like painting all of it, so I had Matt spray paint it for me. You also need twine, which Dollar Tree carries, and then wooden beads. Dollar Tree does carry wooden beads, but they're colorful. The colors are not my style at all, and it's not really worth the most bang for your buck. Now for this one, I'm going to be using this big old pack of wooden beads I got from Amazon for only $15.99 with the Prime shipping. For this particular chandelier, I think it's better to go down the route of purchasing it from Amazon versus getting a bunch of beads from Dollar Tree. The beads from Dollar Tree are on the smaller side, so you're going to need a lot more packs. And then if you end up painting them, it's just a bigger pain in the butt, and you end up spending the same amount as you would have just gotten the ones from Amazon. That's my personal opinion, but if you want to use the Dollar Tree beads, you can. So before I start putting the beads through the twine, I add some tape to the tip of the twine. And the reason I do this is because twine tends to unravel real easily when you're putting beads through it. So the tape keeps the twine from unraveling, and it also makes it just so much easier to get the beads through. The beads that I'm using from Amazon, they come in different sizes in this pack. So I used all of the sizes except for the smallest one, and I pretty much used all the beads in the pack. I had some left over of each size, but I didn't end up using most of them. And what I recommend doing is sorting out the beads first and kind of figuring out how many beads and what sizes you want on this string, that string, and the other string. So I had 3 sections of strings of beads that were similar, and then another 3 with strings of beads that were similar. And 3 of those sections had longer strings of beads, and then the other 3 were shorter strings of beads. You just gotta figure out what you do, but like I said, I recommend sorting out the beads first, because you don't want to go make this wreath and then realize you don't have enough beads to complete it. And by wreath, I mean chandelier. What the heck am I talking about? So like I said, I had 3 sections that were similar and another 3 that were similar, and that's so that the chandelier didn't look wonky. You know, it looked the same on every single side. So that's why you want to make sure you have an even amount of beads and that you have them sorted out, especially if the beads are different sizes. So the 3 sections that I had that were longer, I had 4 different types of strings of beads going through there. So here I am finishing up one of the 4th strings of beads for one of the longer sections, and as you can see, they're all different sizes. So there's one string of bead that is the biggest one, and then as it goes a little bit higher, it gets a little bit shorter. And then the other 3 sections of beads that I had were on the smaller side. Like I said, I used up pretty much all the beads that I had. The only beads I didn't use were the smallest in this pack of 650. Going back to the Dollar Tree wooden beads, there are 125 in a pack for $1. You'll have to get 6 packs to get 650. You will have 100 beads left over. But like I said, those beads are on the smaller side, so you'll probably need more beads, more pack of beads, if you want it to be around the same size as mine was, the string of beads. You can always just go the shorter route and make the string of beads shorter if you like, using the Dollar Tree ones. It's a personal preference route, both on the way you want the chandelier to look and how much money you want to spend on the chandelier. Now I'm going to be tying all my strings of beads to the wire. I was initially tying every single piece of string 3 times. And I try to keep that consistent. But then I started watching TV, stopped paying attention, and I started doing some like 4 times, some 5 times. And after I was done with tying everything, I realized, you know, these parts looked a little bit thicker than these parts. And I just didn't want to go back and undo it. So I recommend from the get-go, just trying your best to keep every kind of tie consistent in every single section with the number of times you tie it around. So I tied the 3 sections that were larger first. I worked section at a time, tying the 4 strings of beads to make up 1 section. Oh my gosh, sometimes with this tutorial right now, I feel like I'm talking a bunch of mumbo jumbo. Like, what am I saying? I understand it myself, but I'm like, is anybody gonna really understand what the heck I'm saying? And after I got the 3 larger sections down, I then tie the 3 shorter sections, and they kind of overlap the bigger sections of beads. Again, at least you can see what I'm doing. If I was just saying this and you couldn't visually see what I'm doing, you would be like, what in the hoo-ha diddly squad is this girl even talking about? Side note, you might be seeing Pepper running around a lot. I've been filming a lot of tutorials on the ground, and therefore Pepper just keeps running through the camera while I'm filming. But I have to figure out something better because my belly's starting to grow bigger from the baby, and so sitting on the ground is no longer comfortable for me. So I started sitting on the ground because standing wasn't comfortable for me, and now sitting on the ground isn't comfortable for me. So now I got to get a table where I could sit and film at the same time, because I'm not going to use my dining room table for that. Heck no, I'll end up with hot glue all over the table. Okay, moving on. Once I have everything tied around, I just go ahead and I cut the pieces of string. I try to cut it as close to the knot as I possibly can without destroying the knot. And if there were any sections that kind of were questionable, I added a dab of hot glue to the knot, just in case it was a section that I was afraid that the twine might unravel and then the beads would just fall all over the floor. So you do that to sections that you might be like, or you can do it to every single section if you want to, honestly. Now you'll be adding your plant hanger. And the thing with the plant hanger is it's on the longer side. So it depends how long you want this thing to be. I wanted it to be shorter. So I got a pair of pliers and I opened up the clasp that are holding the strings of metal together at the top. And then I removed pieces to shorten it up. And obviously you want to remove the same amount of pieces on each string so the chandelier doesn't end up all lopsided on you. But you need a pair of pliers because it's really hard to do with just your fingers. So open up the top clasp. There's 3 of them. Take off the wanted amount of excess clasp and then reattach and close it off together. You'll see what I mean. It's very easy to do. And that is it for the chandelier. I hope this makes sense. But if it doesn't make sense, what I'm saying, it's honestly so easy to do that you probably could just watch it without me talking and kind of understand what the heck you're going to do. I love this thing, you guys. Obviously, you can customize this. You can paint the beads if you like, add more beads, add less beads. It's all up to you. Now moving on to this Dollar Tree tapestry, which is so easy to do. So for the top of the tapestry to hold everything together, I'm using the wooden handle from a toilet plunger at Dollar Tree. Now Dollar Tree right now is carrying these little carpets that have tassels at the end. They remind me very much so of Boho Decor. So I'm going to be using one of the black ones and then one of these like cream color ones. They also have a green one. So I'm only going to be using 2 though for this. So what I do is I take my black carpet, lie it on the floor and try to get it as flat as I can. But before I could do that, I had to move Pepper off of the little rug. Because she crazy. She just likes to roll herself on anything that I'm doing. Once I have the carpet laid out, I go ahead and take the wooden handle from the toilet plunger and then I kind of roll that rug over the wooden handle. And I kind of figure out where I want the tassels at the top to be. Once I figure that out, I go ahead and I glue the wooden handle down. I just used hot glue to do this. There is a fabric hot glue that you can use, but you know, regular hot glue honestly works just fine for this. Once I have my wooden handle glued down, I then cut pieces of the cream color rug. And when I cut the pieces, I leave a little bit of extra fabric because I'm going to be gluing that underneath the black carpet. And I wanted some of it to still be showing. I didn't just want to cut the tassel part and only have this a bit of tassel showing. And once I figure that part out, I go ahead and then glue the cream colored rug to the black colored rug. To hang this to the wall, I'm using some nautical rope from Dollar Tree. I go ahead and wrap nautical rope around both ends of that wooden stick, and I leave some excess rope in the middle so that it could hang off of a nail, a command strip, whatever it is you might like. I went ahead and I wrapped it around each end 3 times. And then I took some extra pieces of that nautical rope and I just decided to place them right above where the pieces of tassel are at both the middle of this tapestry and the bottom of the tapestry. And that was it for the tapestry. I actually really liked how this came out, and like I said, there's other colors you can use, and you can buy more pieces, add more tassels, you can add pom-poms, whatever you like. And that's it for the rest of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed these 2 boho decor pieces. I don't really do boho decor, and I had just a hard time because I didn't know what to do. I'm not the best when it comes to this. So I do hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, again, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see boho decor, please let me know down in the comments below. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.